2度目のこんばんは。福島さん、おまんじゅう工場長さん、うんちありがとうございます。こんばんは、こんばんは。さて、2時半まで残すところあと1時間半、軽くキラーで遊んでいきたいと思います。カズさん、スヌーピーさん、こんばんは。なんで鬼になっとんやろ。トムさん、こんばんは。さっき使えなかったので、おマイケルで。ピオスさん、ポプチャさん、2度目のこんばんは。ありがとうございます。2度目ましてありがとうございます。あかねさん、こんばんは。ありがとうございます。さて、どないしようかな。ニコラス・ケイジは多分発表に入ってないと思うんですけどね。別でキラーサバイバーが発表されるかなという予想。手鏡。ギレオンがけどね、あるわ。ギレオンマジ全然勝てない説ある。ギレオンじゃない。手鏡マイケル勝てない説があるんだよな。マグネシウムさん、こんばんは。ありがとうございます。雲天柱。マイブレ。マイブレいるかな。ケイカンさん、ショウヘイヘイさん、こんばんは。ただいまありがとうございます。ドラゴンか。じゃあドラゴンでいきましょうか。いやー、単純にもう手鏡マイケルが勝てん。みんな対策も分かってるし。ライアースマイルさん、こんばんは。あ、ずっとエコー入ってた。すいません。公式のライブは2時からスタートで、なんか2時から2時半までは、オープニングみたいななんか感じで、2時半から、なんか発表とかが始まるみたいな。オープンレック以外は英語なんで、オープンレックのみ、日本語訳が入るっていうことなので、一応、オープンレックでミラーしようかなと構えてますが、マジで使い慣れてないんで、ちょっとミスったらすいません。翻訳僕ができるわけないっしょ。できたらめちゃめちゃかっけえけどな。和戸太郎さん、こんばんは。もう多分ほとんどの配信者の方がミラー配信するみたいなんで、大丈夫みたい。どうなんですかね。他の YouTube を見てくださってる方々は、オープンレックとか見ますか？自分は全然普段は使わないので、YouTube の民だな、完全に。コラボキラーかオリジナルキラーどっちがいいか。難しいですね。いや、まあ、キラーによって全然かっこいいキラーだったら、オリジナルでもいいんですけど、コラボはコラボでやっぱね、楽しい。その映画とかでしか見なかったようなキラーが使えるっていう楽しさがあるから。この人ディストーションついてる。いやけど最初、あ、雲だ。よし。もう1トークンぐらい欲しいな。よしよしよし。あ、ちょっと早すぎたかな。あ、早すぎたわ。小さんって銀の。つったいやー、こういうとこ地獄だよな。もう雲、触ってくれないかな、ドラゴン。ワンドラゴンしてくれないかな。これで行ったと思わせて。くそ間に合うか。よっしゃ決まった決まっていくなんかめっちゃ倒しとらんいたさすがに聞こえてるかなこれはエースも来てるとあちょっと見えてるかなこれあ嘘外れるマジかさあさあだいぶアドバンテージは取れたかなどうだろう言うてもう一人ぐらい巻き添えにしたいんだけどな一人ただ結構発電機回ってないしまあ壊滅的なダメージを与えてるかもな。ん？雲だけいただこう。はい。雲ください。これぐらいで大丈夫かなまだダメ早いかダメっすかさっきの 諦めちゃってんな。諦めちゃってんなこれ。クラウンさん、スプリングピロスさん、こんばんは。雲ください。よし。春野さん、こんばんは。教えられるわけないやろ、年収を。こんな僕のめちゃめちゃ少ない年収を。マジで雲がなんか貯めれないんだよな、うまいこと。絶対吸われたやん。事故がめっちゃ起きとる。まゆさん、初見ありがとうございます。こんばんは。ふみさん、こんばんは。いやー、面白いね。なんかめっちゃ板倒してる輩がいるんだよなこれ。ででん。これなかなかホラーでしょ。いやもうチャンネル登録者数の目標はどこにとかありますかって言われると、もうそれはもう大いに越したことはないですよ。そんな板欲しいな。まあ天柱できないわ、板倒れすぎてて。これが狙いか。私の天柱を封殺するのが目的だったのか。あ、ここ倒れてない。これ天柱チャンス。天柱チャンス、天柱チャンス。よし。共感性羞恥心さん、あれこんな字だっけ。ありがとうございます。こんばんは。あ、コメント見てたら見失った。あれ、私には見えるこれがあったのに、あ、完全に見失っとった。で、サシさん、こんばんは。来そうなコラボキラーなんだろうな。もうけど結構ホラーの王道とはコラボしちゃってるから、なんか板倒すアーカイブとかあったっけ。チェイス中でもないのに板を倒してる味方がずっといた。天柱潰しとはいえ板なくなるから全然美味しくないよなこんなもん。ロボコップ来るか。終わらないよ私の雲さんは。どんだけ板壊させんの。オッケー。ナイス手鏡お兄ちゃんでした。いや、ドラゴン決まってよかったな。最初にいきなり決めれたから、あれめっちゃでかかったです。ありがとうございます。 久々にドラゴンの掌握を決めれた気がするわ。貞子が来たからこそ多分かや子はないな。遠藤流星さんこんばんは。背中痛の元ネタ見てきました。ギャグ漫画日和面白いでしょ。シザーマンのクロックタワーって会社どこでしたっけ？会社によってはコラボ全然ありそうなんだけどな。エイリアンとプレデターはどうなんすかね。ずっと言われてるけどあの辺も来ないね。版権が結構高いんじゃない？プレデターはそう単体でゲームあるからちょっとむずそうだし、これ普通にやっとったら終わっとったな。壊滅状態暴走タキシーンさんこんばんは。エイリアンは忘れたけど、プレデターは僕もダウンロードという購入してちょっとやりましたからね。ないとやろうかな。微妙。ジェイソンは能力がむずそうなんですよね。トラッパーとちょっと被る部分もありそうだし、結局ジェイソンのゲームも版権なんか勝手に使ってたみたいなんで、ハリ頭おじさん。ではハリ頭おじさんにするか。ハリ頭じゃない方だった。デドバの動画よく見てます。これからもよろしくお願いします。ありがとうございます。ストレンジャーシングスの再販は多分ないと思います。多分やんないかな。一瞬ちょっと復活とかはあるかもしんないけど、多分ないだろうな。大人の事情が絡んでもう多分ね、切れちゃってるんで、やらない気がするな。セノバイトもセノバイトであんまり使うあれがないね、アドオンが。ジェイソンは僕はもうなんかいろんな武器使えてほしいんですよ。だからもうロッカーにいろんな武器が入っててチェンジして使うみたいな。最近 DVD 始めた人はデモちゃん使えないから辛いですよね。スティーブとナンシーもね。何にしよっかな。解体 解体セノバイトとかって結構強いんじゃないかっていう。解体何にしよっかな。ペンティおもちゃデボはカリコ。まあ、じゃあそれにしよう。まあ自分で考えることを最近やめている。まあこれでワンチャンエクゾディアを召喚するっていう手もありますね。いや、ジェイソン出たら俺も絶対育てたいですね。めっちゃ好きなんで、ジェイソンは。ジェイソンは初めてユニバーサル・スタジオ・ジャパンの、なんで俺フルネームで言ったんだろう。ユニバの初のホラーナイト、ハロウィンの。あれで、アトラクションジェイソン、1年目かな、ジェイソンで。めっちゃ並んだんすよ。4時間ぐらい並んで、超かっこよかった、ジェイソンが。あれ以来ファンになってしまった。いやー、トラッパーでジェイソンスキンはちょっとやだな。ジェイソンがボコられるとこはやっぱ見たくないな。しかも、リメイクの方のジェイソンはトラバサミ使うけど、本家というか、普通の方の、昔のやつは一切使わないですからね。リメイク版のみなんですよね、あれ。ゴゴティージャパンさん、こんばんは。お久しぶり、生配信見れて嬉しいです。ありがとうございます。7周年。祝いましょう、みんなで。もちもちおもちさん、初コメありがとうございます。シザーマンはヒューマンですが、倒産により権利者が不明。そうなんだ。倒産しちゃったんか。ちょっとまた俺箱のこと何も考えずに普通に歩いてきちゃったわ。気のせいか。箱のジジジ音がしたかなと思ったんだが。中にあるかな、これ。あれなんか声したんだけどな。気のせいか。あったそこ。マジ？もうそこ歩いたよね。絶対歩いたよね、あそこ。あれ？お？板割る方向ミスったー。割っちゃいかん方向から割っちゃった。 追いすぎてんな一人を。最初の箱探しを完全にミスったな。あそこにあっただなんて。盲目ですね。喋りながらやるとほんと盲目。音も聞いてない。あー、こっちはやだな。上で別に固めたくねえしな。あ、これワンチャンあんじゃね。いや無理だな。いた。おい、やってくれるな、おい。せい。あー早い。やばい。2釣りでもう残り1台。地獄の速さ。
I'll tear your soul apart. You summoned me. I came.
見えねえ。デボアが間に合わんな、ちょっと。こっち追ってる場合じゃないんだよな。おうち。スマチャク。うそ、外れる。あれは無視って。いや、声聞こえん、声聞こえん、この独特音で。いや、クソエロディ、エロディ、エロディ、エロディじゃない。ユンジンどこ行ったハワイさんこんばんは。いや絶対ロッカー入るやろ。入りたいやろロッカーに。うそん。いや発電意識が高えな。ランボーさんこんばんは。挨拶だけありがとうございます。もう回りそう。さすがにちょっと時間かかりすぎた。 うちょい早めに3人釣れればなーってとこだったけど。飛んでこないか。行き過ぎたー。いや、この人やってもなー。マジ？板に邪魔されていくパターン。それは肉壁のつもりなんだけど、なんだろうけど、そんな薄々な背中じゃ守れないよ。
I'll tear your soul apart.
だって、こっから5個はもう壊すのしんどいだろ。トーテムを探して。いきなり最初に出番抜かれたらなんか、笑うけどな。張り子もあるし。これデボア抜かれとる。デボアってちょっと分かりづらいよなこれ。何が抜かれたんだこれは。分かんないぞ。ただこの時間が終わるまでに見つけることができるか。デボアを2人込もある状態で。何が死んでんのかが分かんねえ。マジで。何が死んだんだこれは。意外に長い。だけど救助に来れないってことはデボアが残ってるっていうこと。カリコ死んだ。何の足跡だ。デボはもうちょい分かりやすくしてくれんかな。分かりづらいんだよな。キラー目線からだと。発動、壊れてんのか。トークンなくなるんだっけ？壊されると。 和戸太郎さんお疲れ様です。ありがとうございます。残り1時間を切ってきたか、ついに。ジョナサンバイヤーですか？ジョナサンバイヤー確か持ってたと思うけどな。全部一応、買ってたわ、とは思う。あれ、ジョナサン買ってなかったかもな、ワンチャン。いや、アップデートが2時じゃないですね。放送ですね。多分2時半から公式の配信があって、それが終わってから多分 PTB が来るかなと思うんですけど、次のキラーがかっこよかったらメインキラーにしますか？なんか虫系操るキラーとかだったらマジで大好物ですね。まあ、能力にもよるかな。見た目とほんと。ちょいちょいなんかメインキラーにしたいなーみたいなのはいるんだけど、なかなかね。カニバル。その後ゴスフェをやりましょう。PTB についてはツイッターで言ってました。マジで。なんだと？もともと予定してた日程より少し早いものです。PTB は7周年記念配信の直後から開放する予定だったということがあります。PTB は元の放送予定日だった5月24日の午前0時に開放予定ということは今日じゃないんだ。なんだ ?PTB 今日じゃないんか。違いました。絶対今日 PTB だと思ってた。まあちょっと安心したかも。今日絶対寝れんやんと思っちゃったけど。今日じゃないと。まさかの。反問のトレイルガニは、反問のトレイルなんてパークは俺は1年2年使ってないぞマジで。カニバルちょいちょい全部ゲットできてないんだ。パークを。いや、まあ良かったっちゃ良かったのかな。公式のところにもリーク情報回ってた。回ってんじゃない？やっぱさすがに。マジで勘弁してほしい。リークダメ絶対だよ。呼び声使いましょう、久々に。で、反問のトレイリング。どんなやつだ？おばちゃんに似てた気がするんだけどな。あれ？これだ。闇の信仰心を再びつけていく。信仰心を。チリがなくな、絶品チリがなくなっちゃったからな。 次のキラーは、7月5日に、彼が、ニコラス・ケイジが来るんで、多分それに合わせてじゃないかな。と思っております。デプスゲージにしよっかな。移動速度 2% 落ちるんだ、これ。いっか、じゃあ。TKT さん、こんばんは。6周年の時ね、確か俺ちょうど、引っ越し違うな。なんか、いや、ドレッジだよね、6周年。ドレッジはやったんだ。6周年だっけ？なんか、ネメシスは発表されてすぐに、5周年ですね。5周年の時はなんかすぐ PTB 入ったのめっちゃ覚えてて、6周年マジ全然記憶にないんですよね。なんか、結構、個人的になんか、がっくりしたというか、ドレッジ。ってなったな。コラボじゃないんだ、みたいな。いや、別にいいんですけど、コラボじゃなくても。5周年、3周年ゴスペ、4周年三角様、5周年ネメシスっていうその流れが最強だったから。ちょっとなんか、っていう感じになってしまった。ダオカさんの語りが好きです。いつも癒されてます。ありがとうございます。こんなおっさんのざれ言に付き合っていただき、誠にありがとうございます。なんで超えてくれないの？押してんじゃん。あれいつの間にチャージマックスになった？結構チャージをしてたと思ったんだが。オーマイガー、絶対ワンパンできたのに。もうちょっともう何やってんださっきから。めちゃめちゃしょうもないミスを2連続かまし、しかし一刀のもとになぎ払っていく。それがカニバル。そしてはい、地下カニバル救助選手権始まります。スタート。いや、反問欲しいな。反問のトレイル欲しい。いやけどここすぐここでキャンプするか。見えてる。ダメだ。くそー。探知負荷を使ってうまく。これ、回されたくないな。触るんじゃねえ。地下カニバル救助選手権をやるんだ、今から。よし。どっか行け。どっか行け。しかもこの人あれじゃん、オブセだったじゃん。よし、まだ地下カニバル救助選手権は続いている。地下カニバル救助選手権が終わっちゃうぞ。さっきのようなミスはもうないぞ。もう一人なんか音聞こえた気がしたんだが、まあいいか。 来てるね。いいね。ちくしょう、フェンミン殴りたかったな。見えてるかな、さすがに。んくそ、惜しい。さっきの完全にミスったな。離れない。ここは私の縄張りだ。さんこんばんは。地下2バル戦っております。勇者のものか。残念だったな。これで再び私は探知不可を手に入れた。人外の力を手に入れて、くそ離れよるな。気づくね、ちゃんと。ちょっとそろそろ地下カニバル救助選手権が再び開幕するので、とりあえずここの発電機を3台死守して、やめい。探知不可。欲しいな、探知不可。まあ追うか、これはちょっと。当たりに行っちゃった。もう一人はいそうじゃね。やはりいたか。ああ、押してたのに。ここの板割ってなかったな。クソ、回されちまったか。俺の地下カニバル救助選手権が。 待ってよー。天柱だ。いやー、探知負荷が全然息してないな。なんかちゃんと対応してくるな。そうなあ、超えるかい。やるじゃないか。だがしかし勝負はまだ終わっていない。早いどっちだったか。そらピピさんこんばんは。そこは開けさせんぞ。出てしまったか。まあまあいいでしょう。アルミンクレアさんこんばんは。あと一応8分なんですけど、多分最初の方はそんなにあれなので、多分オープニングかなんかで多分大丈夫だと思うんで100万番さんこんばんは。最後にごスフやって移ります。ちょっとなのでめっちゃ配信の方が気になるという方はそっちを見ていただいて、本編は一応まあ2時半からなんでね。天国の熊の実さんこんばんみ、ありがとうございます。サクサクっとそう、2時からカウントダウンで内容は30分後なので、そうよね。だから多分大丈夫だと思う。おがみ2022さん、あ、ちょっと待って、ダメ。ちょっとパークも何も選んでないのにレディーしちゃった。次のキラーなんだと予想しますか？多分けどね、僕はまあもうオリジナルキラー。というかもうちょっとね、マジで流れてきたリークをちょっとチラッと見ちゃって、それが本当だったらみたいな、どっちかっていうところで多分 オリジナルじゃないかなっていう予想はしてるんだけど、まあ、っていうかもうコラボが多分ニコラス・ケイジだから、まあ多分オリジナルでコラボでニコラス・ケイジを出すみたいな感じだと思うんだけどな。早子はマジで一番来てほしいんだけど、ないんだよな絶対。また日本人キラーかいってなりそうだしね。ルマンドスさんこんばんは。そうね、キラーの有名どこがだいぶもう網羅されてきちゃってるのもあり、でかいタイトル結構もうやっちゃってるもんね。バイオ、スクリーム、そう、悪魔の生贄など、あとエルム街の悪夢とかね。あ、6周年だっけ、進撃のコラボ。進撃の巨人コラボ。進撃のコラボって言っちゃったわ。あれ6周年だっけ。あやめさんこんばんは。初見ですかありがとうございます。チャッキーはマジでね、チャッキーも好きですよ。やっぱ。最近ユニバはずっとチャッキーやってるけど、もうそれだけ有名キャラですからね、チャッキー。チャイルドプレイとか来たらまあ熱いぞ。彼岸島はなんかありそうだよね、けど。普通に。みんな、丸太を持てっつって。丸太持とうぜ、みんなで。まあ、イットもそう、クラウン事情があるんだよね。またここやないかっていうか、もう見えへんねん。ほんまに。ちゃんと対応してくるね。あ、いたー。まあ、板倒させたし、よしとしましょうか。カラスが飛んでいる。あれ、もう一人いるよな。あれ、さっき走ってった人からじゃないところから見られてたんだが。バイオタイラント、もうバイオはどうなんだろう、あるかな。 どこだ？いた。いやーもう全然ためれん。ほんまだるいでこのマップ。ほんまだるすぎますせ。あー殴っちゃった。せっかく貯めたのに忘れとった。しっかり見やがって、いやらしいやつめ。回復してきなさい。もう見えねえ本当に。オフレコだな。ほんとかなわん、ここかなわんほんま。ここは見えへんねん。いやもうマジで見えへんな。よく気づいた。ゴスペの元になった映画はスクリームです。まあ、このゴスペは結構特殊で映画は元になってないんですよけど、元になってるのがスキンだけっていうね。このマスクとマントっていう装いだけモデルになってるんで、実際スクリームはまああんま関係ないんですよね。 長いなあーが長いな。やっちゃった。ミスったー。スクリームは結構コメディだらけなんですけど、新しいやつはね、そうでもないんですよね。結構グロいっすね。新しいやつというか、リメイクの方はだいぶグロ寄りなんですよね。ちょっと普通に行き過ぎたな、さっきのは。もったいないことした。うわー、で、この強ポジか。いや、もう、まあ、きついね。おっとあらっしゃ最悪だ。もうどうせ見ても見えねえもんな。無理無理無理。覗き込めん。いや、こいつは結構溜めてるから。 エイダをやれればワンチャンあるんだけどな。そこの発電機もうやばいかな。こっちそんな回ってないんだ。あっちか、じゃあ。もういいや。おーっとくそ。しぶとい。超えてくるか。いやー、追えんなー、ちょっと。かー。あー、そっちか。しかも。くー。いやー、間に合わん。アレイダは2回目か。ああ、じゃない、ザリーナか。ラストは。こんなもろこしあったの見えへんて。あー、やばい。間に合わんか。これはちょっとどうだ。くそー、間に合わん。あれ、開けてないんだ。青鬼は絶対ないだろうな。青鬼の映画の青鬼結構怖いけどな。あれ。いやー、だいぶスカっちゃったのもダメだったけれども、厳しい。 だって時間的にさすがにもう一試合は無理なので、そろそろ。ちょっと待って。こっちの方確認して、で、一旦ゲーム画面を閉じて、いや、ちょっと待ってよ。ちょっとお待ちくださいね。音声をこれにして、これでいけてるかな。で、こっち持ってきて、あ、ずれた。なんか白い枠が若干気になるぜ。よし。よし。あれ。残り10分。なんか白い枠出とらん。あ、全画面モードにしたればいいんか。全画面モードにして、これでいいんだ。完璧。で、音が、あれ、音、あれ出てないな。なんでだ。あ、いけた。で、けど配信に音乗ってないよね、これ。ちょっとお待ちよ。これで、OK じゃない。音どうすかなんか、バグってるとかあれば教えてください。
Oui, bro, je suis là. Hein.
音 OK ですか？よかった。なんかけど、ちょいちょいくるくるなっちゃうの。
What? That wasn't what? What? I wasn't even going. What?
マジでこの海外のテンションの高さ。動画の速度がずれてる。
Yeah. No, actually, he went for ring.
追いかけ再生になっとるなこれ。
Off the record didn't save me. No.
あれけど追いかけ再生をしたら追いかけになりそうこれ。音ずれはしてないっすよねこれ多分。音ずれ大丈夫。ちょいちょい止まるな。
うまい。
南原さん、
まさかそれで
こんばんは。
かぐれ話あったらどうすんの。
1分ほど遅れてる。マジ最低遅延。あ、これでいい。残り7分。多分合ってる気がするが。いや、1分ずれてる。マジか。どこのと1分ずれてるかな。もう普通の他のオープンレックとずれてます。なんかちょいちょいプツプツなるんだよな。しかも別窓だともう5分30秒。マジか。なんでだろう。戻すしかできないな。なんか YouTube の海外のやつは多分早いと思うんですよ。で、あとなんかちょいちょいプツプツなるから10秒ぐらい遅らした方がいい気がするんだよな、これ。逆に。あ、プレミアム会員のやつや。ちょっとお待ちを。もう一回入り直しますね。
Elle aura peut-être pas le temps. Attends.
けど5分になってるな。やっぱ変わってないっすね。
Mais c'est pas possible d'être un génie pareil.
非常口ここに来い。
ゼルクラさん
来い。
奇跡すぎる。これ低遅延にすると逆になんかカチカチなりそう。あ、やっぱちょっと遅らせた方が安定はしそうだな。ちょっと申し訳ない。若干遅れてるかもしれないけど、ちょっと安定を選びます。それ入んの？栄光ちゃんは違うもんね、多分。ホグじゃないですもんね。ホグ並みの影響力あるけど。てかもうホグ以上の影響力あるけど、あの人。
Right? I thought I heard something, but maybe I'm just crazy.
なんか全部やっぱサバイバーだね。
Don't mind if I do!
多分オープンレックはその日本語訳ありだから遅らせてるとかだと思うんだよな。この海外の全力で嬉しさを表現するリアクションがいいですよね。いきなりけどこれもうあれってことだよね。 新チャプターから入るんかな。でも海外のこの反応とノリは最高っすね。やっぱ見てて気持ちいいわ。俺のこの当たり障りのないリアクションなんかね、オーバーにリアクションすると本当煽ってるみたいに言われる時もあるからむずいよな、そこがっていう。いやけどビクトルの7メートルチャレンジとかはあれマジ配信でやればよかったな。普通になんか一人で黙々とやってたわあれ。お DVD7 40万ブラッドポイントツイッターに入れとこう。DVD7 40万でかいですよ。ツイートあ、確かに70万でもいいよね。トラッパー7、トラッパーちゃんもかわいい。大文字だった。まあ、多分あれがやってくれるだろう。神ゲー攻略班様が全部やってくれる多分配信の本ちゃんの配信はもう始まっちゃってると思うけど、こちらでは残り30秒切りました。いやー6周年いろいろあったけどありがとうございます。 DVD 7周年もよろしくお願いいたします。だーおかさんしか勝たん、ありがとうございます。ボンバーさん寝とるやん普通に。あ、けどこれ全部か。全部だ。コスフェがと思ったけど。あれけど、なんかゴスペだけすごい特別感があったそう。ゆるさ本当に好きなのでぜひ続けてほしいです。ありがとうございます。
And kind of along those lines, for me being here representing how we speak to our community, I just wanted you to know that we've actually taken the past year to expand our reach. We also have expanded where we are connecting with our players. Because the players at the center of everything that we're doing, we want to be in more places to hear your feedback on all of the things that we're doing. So we're now in the Xbox official clubs, we're now on PlayStation News, we're talking on Steam forums, we're even getting more involved on Reddit with the moderators there. There'll be more AMAs coming up from the team, and even live streams like you're seeing right now, we want to make more regular again. So look forward to all of that coming over the next year. Now I think I couldn't forget the most important platform of them all. No, joking aside, all joking aside. Actually today we are launching our TikTok channel as well. We found that there's actually a really thriving DBD community on TikTok, and we want to be there talking to you, creating fun content with you. So we're really happy to be there now. But I think we should move on with the show itself. Did you know, Matt, that over the 7 years, there's been over 1.8 billion trials?
What?
Yes.
これ何気にね、マッシュのリボンかわいいよね、これ。いいな、これ。
We wouldn't know how.
No, we wouldn't.
首パンパンやけど。
So let's talk through what you're going to see today. We're going to kick things off with the year 8
わー、来た
roadmap. It's
よ。
going to show you everything
ロー
that's
ドマッ
coming
プ。
across the year to DBD.
お餅食べたいさん、
Following
こん
that,
ばんは
we're。going to take you through the reveal of our next
こ
chapter,
れ
which is some
結構
incredible
今年
original
1年
stuff
を
you're not
占
gonna
う
miss.
占うじゃないけ
After
ど
that, we've got gameplay updates.
重要です
After that,
よ。
we've got quality of life updates. And then a new segment has come to the show. This is actually something that's really cool. We're going to take you beyond the core game of DBD
ナッ
to
ツ
show you
さ
how
ん、
we're expanding
う
other
んちぶーに、
places and in other
うん
ways
ち
that
ぶー
you
に
might
マンさん、
not
こ
be
んばんは。
expecting.
Very exciting.
一応 N
Very
にしてくれ
exciting.
てるけど
Speaking。of exciting, we have new cosmetics to reveal as
みち
well
こさん、
that
こん
I
ば
think
ん
are going to
は。
surprise people. I'm so psyched about those. And we're going to round it out with news about the in-game 7th anniversary event, which is better than ever, actually. It's going to be a really exciting one this year. And of course, as Matt mentioned, you do want to stick around for whatever he's hiding because I actually know what it is, and it's incredible.
Can't tell them.
No, I can't tell you as much as I would like to. So thank you so much for joining
マッ
us.
シュ
Sit
の
back,
ドヤ
relax.
モ
We had a great show. And now I think we should get on to it.
Enjoy.
Enjoy!
Hello everyone and welcome to the roadmap segment of this 7th year anniversary stream for Dead by Daylight. I'm Stéphane Beauchamp, head of production.
And I'm Justin Brown, product director. We're really glad to be here celebrating another amazing year of Dead by Daylight with you.
Today in this segment, we'll have a look at our upcoming pillars for year 8, as well as our chapters plans and the archives and tomes updates that we have planned for the year.
7周
Before
年
going
は
any
本
further, I
当
do want to take a brief moment
キラー
to
に
give
優
a big
しい
shout out
ゲー
to
ムに
the
なってほしい
amazing
です
team
ね。
that's
も
been
うちょっ
working
と。
on the game for the past years. They put
下國神
amazing
さん、こ
effort
んば
and
んは。
dedication into that and really allow us to get the game to the state it is today. It's
ありがとうございます
absolutely amazing and
ぜ
a
ひ
pleasure to work with the entire
ただの
team.
ミラーですが見ていってください。
Over the past year, we've put out 2 particularly interesting chapters, I feel, amongst others. But first, Forge and Fog has allowed us to tap into a new theme which we've never really had a chance to before, medieval, which is something we hadn't explored. So our first foray into that and how that ties into the horror themes and all, that was very interesting to navigate. And the second one, for the first time, we have released a first ever sequel to a licensed chapter in Resident Evil Project W. Such a great and cool addition to the game, I think, bringing in a lot of characters people love, and they have been really fun to play with ourselves.
Absolutely. Wesker was so well done. One of my favorite killers to play, personally.
走り
And
方
it was
変え
right
ろ
around the。time
見
that he
事に
released,
再
we also did
現して
the
るじゃねえ
Prestige
わ。
update, making it easier than ever for you to sort of unlock all of your perks throughout all of your characters. We also, shortly after the Prestige update, reduced the blood point total or cost in the blood web for all items. We followed that up with bots, survivor bots specifically, in custom matches, which was super useful. Practice your killer in a custom match. It's awesome. We did 2 important quality of life updates to the archives, one being the ability to select quest per role, and then the second, just that in-game toast notification so you can track progress in a match, which is ever so helpful. And then last but not least, last year we said we were going to make our events bigger and better, and we feel like we really delivered that with last year's Halloween. Probably the biggest, best event we've done in Dead by Daylight to date.
ハロウィンイベントはあんま覚えてねえな。
Now, switching gears, we're going to give you guys a first peek at the upcoming content you can expect us to release throughout this
延々
next
と自
year.
分たち
First and
は
foremost, of course, there are
いい仕
going
事したぜ
to be
みたい
again
なの
4
を
new chapters
ただ
that
聞かされ
include
るって
killers.
いう。
But in a strange twist, what you will notice on the graphic today
い
is
や、
that
わ
there
からん
are
わからんわからん。
also
英語。
2 survivor-only chapters being released in this next year.
A lot to unpack, changing the pace a little bit, but it's not straying too far away from what we've been used to
あれ
over
じゃ
the
あ、これ
past.
今年、
As is tradition, we will be actually taking a peek at the next upcoming
さっきの
chapter, an original one,
早い
and a
早い
segment
早い。
that follows very shortly after this one. Again, we're exploring another theme we really haven't had the chance to in the past, so that's pretty exciting, both in terms of,
英語で全然わ
the
からなかった。
characters and the team we're exploring with it. The next 2 killers that will follow after that are going to be licensed, and I would say licensed with a big L if I can. Really iconic
Chapter は
additions to the game. Extremely
3つ。
excited to be able to talk a little bit more about that. Unfortunately, a little too early today to be able to do that.
お話ししないんか
Play
い。
with them a little bit internally and seeing how the characters are going to shape up, and it's pretty exciting to actually have those additions to the game.
Yes.
So more to come later this year. In
2 ヶ
addition to
月
that,
間。
moving away from the chapters, we will also have 4 new tomes added to the game throughout the year, as we usually have over the past years. So, moving away from our chapters and archives, we'll now deep dive into the 4 pillars that compose the roadmap for the year, and as players will see, they're
キラー2体
continuity
コラ
from
ボ。
what we've been doing over the last
2
year.
体コラボ。
Of course, and though the pillars might look the same, the projects we work on under each pillar changes from year to year. The first pillar is something we've already talked about, events evolution, we're calling this pillar. We do plan on taking our 4 sort of pillar events and making them even bigger, even better than they have been in the past, including last year's Halloween, which we plan on sort of one-upping again this year. But in addition to those 4 pillar events, we're also going to look at adding a few more smaller events spread throughout the year.
And for those of you who have been with us for a long time, you might already know what the smell of barbecue is in the game. I know you love barbecue.
Love barbecue.
We all do. For those of you who don't, well, you'll get to see it very shortly. But really the goal is to give you more to play with at all times in the game and something to work towards too. Second pillar is trust and security, which is more important to us than ever in Dead by Daylight. This pillar both reflects the systems that we're putting in place to make the game more secure, but also the way we're communicating with our players. The first one, the former of those, we're really excited to say that we're about to launch a vulnerabilities disclosure program, which will allow us to work with people in the wild to report potential threats about the game, about our servers, etc., and really facilitate us closing those potential weaknesses that we knew or did not know about within the game. So very, very excited to launch this. This is going to be coming up in the near future, so you can stay tuned for more info about that.
Yes, I'm super excited for when we're able to share a little bit more information with everybody.
コラボ2つ気になりますね。めっちゃめっち
Next
ゃ。
up, we're also going to be looking at revamping our sort of streaming strategy. We want to make sure that we're able to communicate with you, our players, more often, offer a higher level of transparency, discuss sort of updates and the progress on a lot of the features and initiatives we're going to be announcing and talking about throughout this stream today. We plan on doing that by doing live streams more consistently to celebrate, new chapter releases, large key beats, and generally just being in contact with you, our community, consistently throughout the year. One of those topics is very likely to be our next pillar, which is live balance, a topic that's, very dear to us. It's something I spend a lot of time thinking about and worrying about, and something that I won't go too deep into today, because we will be talking about our live balance plans in a little bit, right?
Yeah, we'll have Nat and Jeff coming up in a future segment and talk about what type of projects we have planned for the coming months on that specifically. Very excited, very important for us, and we know how dear to the community's heart this also is. A pretty hot topic in general, I would say. Last but not least, quality of life is a staple pillar on which we have continuously worked throughout the years, and this is all about the UI and feature improvements we make to the game as a more general type of thing. One improvement we did last year was the Survivor HUD, which facilitates exchange and communication between players, even if they're not talking with each other directly, to make sure you can always make a better decision as a survivor when you're playing the game, because you know what's happening a little bit more than you used to.
情報は何も降りてきて
In
ないですね。
addition to that, we talked about the improvements we made to the progression and made it faster to level up. But we made it even faster
俺た
by
ちはこ
allowing
れ
you
から
to
も
just
すごい仕事をしていくんだぜをめちゃめちゃ説明されてるみたいな。
and just get it done and get it through with with upgrading your characters and leveling up much faster in the Blood Web.
It feels great.
It does. And finally, the map repeat prevention feature, which was released a few months ago, which again, another addition. There's a lot of maps into the game. Some of you might have felt like even if you're playing for just an hour, you're often tapping like 2 or 3 times into the same map and such, and this is really preventing that from happening as much as possible. So a very cool addition.
マップのリピートはいいんだけど
I'm not going to go too much in detail today, or
同じコールドウィンドバームに飛ばすとかもやめてほしいんだけどな。
features, but we'll have 2 new faces, Rafael and Pamela, who are going to be coming up in a future panel and talk to you about some of the projects we have planned and even show you a few features that we have under works right now and that are going to be coming up in your hands fairly shortly.
Excellent. There's a lot we look forward to sharing with you in this stream today. And we thank you again for an amazing 7 years celebrating Dead by Daylight with us. And we look forward to many more. Next up is our friend Dave Richard to give you a first look at our next upcoming Dead by Daylight chapter. Enjoy.
まずとりあえず今何の情報も降りてきてないですね。コラボ2連続はちょっと
Creative Director of Dead by Daylight. I'm super happy to be with you today to celebrate our 7th anniversary and to show you a first look at our latest chapter.
最新チャプターエンド
Let's take a look
ト
at
ラ
the
ン
trailer.
なんだったジャン
It
プ
wasn't programmed to harm the crew.
あオリジ
It
ナル
was
だ
supposed to help us build a safer home, but something happened. It became self-aware.
爆弾つい
It has no empathy. It doesn't feel pain.
なんかめちゃめちゃ汚ねえ顔してくるやつ
It learns at an impossible rate, and it won't stop until we are dead.
ジェイソウルブラザーズみたいですねサバイバー出てきたキラーいやめっちゃ機械やねエンドトランスミッション6月13早く
As you
ね
just saw in the trailer, this original chapter brings us into a completely
5
new
月
genre
24
of
から
horror
PTV
for
や
Dead
って
by
間に合う
Daylight. We are going to explore sci-fi horror. So this will bring us to a distant, unknown planet, and will feature characters from a possible future. Traditionally, I would be taking some time with you today to go over the characters and the map of the chapter, but this year we're doing things a little bit differently, with a behind-the-scene video. We want to show you the process of creating a chapter, but also show you new faces that you might not have seen before, of amazing people that are working hard to make these chapters possible. Let's take a look.
新マップ
For the anniversary, we've prepared a very special original chapter.
ああけどあれじゃないか室内じゃなさそうだな
Un lore qui permet beaucoup de flexibilité et de possibilités.
This is a big deal for the Dead by Daylight universe because we're going to explore a
だいぶ
new
エペ
genre
入って
in horror.
きてない
We're going sci-fi. I think that any kind of subject and genre can be rewrapped and reimagined
SF っ
as
すね
horror, and sci-fi is definitely not an exception. There are 3 big themes that we wanted to explore in that new realm. First of all, it's clearly an alien world. We wanted you to feel like you are far from home, that you are lost in space. The second one is that we wanted to make sure that the human technology looked
ホラーじゃなくなってきて
so that you never feel safe within these constructions that they've brought on the settlement. And the last thing we've added to the mix are traces of a long-lost alien civilization.
はるか昔に
toute l'équipe
失
a
われ
été
た
très
文明
excitée de travailler sur un chapitre
SF
pareil, de
chapter,
science-fiction,
言うてもうとるな。
gros challenge et en même temps l'intéressant défi qu'on a eu, ça a été d'amener toute cette consistance, cette relation entre les personnages, l'environnement. Tout a été pensé visuellement pour que le joueur se sente en danger constant. Et la tension est accentuée par la présence de ce tueur, qui est une intelligence artificielle qui se nourrit de l'environnement et qui est intéressé par récupérer plusieurs ressources pour se construire un corps parfait pour devenir l'arme ultime.
Épée.
Les joueurs vont explorer une jungle hostile et sauvage d'un autre monde. Tout est designé dans cette jungle pour pouvoir tuer.
One aspect I really enjoyed was that it was a jungle, so we could make it super dense, super threatening in the organic design and the design of the plants. Everything kind of looks like it could kill you. We tried to have like very creepy looking texture, very organic texture you would find in nature. We would try to bring it into the designs of the plants and the vegetation in general. The main building, the idea was to show there was a safe space for the characters. As you can see, it's
安全に過ごせる確率を高めますってめちゃ強ポジって言っとらんこれ
The map is very dangerous and this place should be safe for you. But the interesting idea we had is that once you get into the structure, it's actually more dangerous or looks more threatening to you.
足速そうだね。だ、キラー。
The singularity is an AI that is supposed to help the human crew
普通に 4.6 いや、なんか
But
おっ
while
せ
it was
え。
scouting, it got in touch with a piece of old alien technology and was enlightened. And now it wants to overthrow and kill all humans. So this killer is an interesting take on the
ま
side.
たカマですか。
We're used to see
カマキリだね。
organic character using pieces of machinery to become more powerful. But the singularity is doing it in reverse. It is a simple piece of technology using a cloning technology to get
かわいい
organic
枠なのか、こ
material
れ。
and flesh to become more powerful.
Well, the inspiration of the killer design was, you know, we always wanted to do a sci-fi
訪問
killer.
からなんか出て
You're
ま
going
し
to
た
be
よ。
able to go around the map and set up these biopods, spread your consciousness inside of these biopods, and then if you're able to catch a survivor inside of your reticle, you'll be able to infect them, peer next to
感
them,
染させた
and
り
then
す
you'll
ぐ
be able to
隣に
attack
出
them
現したりす
and
る
keep。the chase going. One of the important things for survivors is teamwork, trusting each other, working together. So with this killer, one of its abilities in the slipstream is that once a survivor is tagged or infected, you can spread that influence to other survivors, and it does so automatically. So survivors will be less likely to work together, and there'll be more discord between them.
ドローンだよね。
La présence
最
humaine
近
est
そういうの
visible
好き
dans
だ
la map.
な。
On voit une compagnie qui a essayé de coloniser, de trouver sa place dans ce monde, mais plusieurs signes dans l'environnement que les joueurs découvriront montrent que tout s'est pas très bien passé. Et le dernier survivant de cette expédition loupée, c'est Gabriel.
Our survivor, Gabriel Soma, is quite resourceful, is able to troubleshoot some pesky issues on the survivor side.
Why
He's able
about
to
AP
adapt
だぞ。
very quickly to be able to bring the killer away from the other survivors. He's able to protect the others.
So even though we are in a setting that's so far from home, in the future, we wanted to make sure that Gabriel was a grounded character that any of us could recognize.
ガブリエルしか勝たん早くね。
I'm super excited for players to try this map. I think it's great that sci-fi is finally in DVD. I think it's going to be fun for them to experience the creepiness and the threatening vibe of this map, and I think they're going to really
あ、
enjoy
持
it.
ち方かっこいい
C'est
ね。
un
なん
sacré
か。
défi. J'espère que les joueurs apprécieront cette relation qu'il y a entre tous nos assets, d'environnement, de personnages, à cause de l'histoire que l'on raconte, et aussi par le travail qui a été effectué par toute notre équipe pour apporter l'expérience la plus immersive et dangereuse
あ、メメントっ
possible.
ぽい。
I'm really
撃つ
excited
の
for
撃つ
all
の
our
そっから
players, survivors, and killers
結
alike
構なんか
to
優
be able
し
to
め。
experience our first original sci-fi chapter and transmission.
なんかあの
As
左腕
always,
か
we'll
ら
be able to play with the content of this
え
chapter
ぐいのが
during
出るんかと思
PTV
ったけど。
right after this broadcast. For everyone else, the chapter becomes available on June 13th.
目つぶしやっ
Before
た
I
らた
leave,
だの。
I want to take some time and thank all of you, veterans and newcomers alike, to play Dead by Daylight and to be part of this incredible journey with us. I want to wish you a happy 7th anniversary. May the year be filled with fun and surprises. Next up, we have Natalie and Jeff to talk about some gameplay improvement coming this year.
ナタリーとジェフ
Hi everyone, I'm Natalie, Team Lead Community Manager for Dead by Daylight, and I'm joined here today with a very special guest.
Hi
everyone, my name is Jeff, and I'm a game designer on Dead by Daylight.
Thank you so much for joining me, Jeff. I can't wait to talk a little bit more about a topic that is
多分ね、
always
今
top
配
of
信
mind
後
for our
に
community,
PTV は間違えたんじゃない
gameplay. So we have
普通
some
に
quick
5月
updates for you
24 っ
today.
て言って
Jeff,
たから
let us know what they are.
Well,
ま
as
た
you
だ
know, the game design
か
team
らあれ
has
じゃな
many,
いか
many
な
features and updates planned for this year. However, we'll be
もと
focusing
も
on
と撮
three
ってる
specific
んだろうね
topics
も
today.
う
We're going to be talking about continued gameplay updates, map balance, and finally, plans to address face camping in Dead by Daylight.
I'm excited to dive into these quick updates, so without further ado, let's jump right in. I know last year we launched one of the biggest perk updates in Dead by Daylight ever, and it significantly shifted the Dead by Daylight perk meta as a whole. But that's not what we're going to be talking about today. That's happened in the past. What we're going to be focusing on a little bit more is the process that we're looking to take consistently moving forward as a community and design team when it comes to these gameplay updates. So, Jeff, What more can you share with us on that?
Well, as you said, last year we launched our biggest perk update ever in Dead by Daylight, and it had a significant impact on the perk meta. We saw a lot of perks fall out of the meta and new perks rise to the top. And this was completely natural. Like, the players are the ones that drove this change after the changes went live. And it was super interesting to see, by the way. But moving forward, or for this year, we're not planning to have a major shakeup like we did last year. Instead, we've revisited our live design process to allow us to make changes at a faster rate. Instead, we'll be focusing on smaller, more focused balance updates with each update this year.
That makes a lot of sense, and of course, it's one of the reasons why we listen so closely to player feedback as a whole. But it does sound like we're going to be able to integrate some of that feedback that we're bringing back to your team, and we're discussing when it comes to these kinds of updates a little bit faster than before. Am I right?
Absolutely, and I think the best example for that was the previous PTB that we had. We had a proposed list of changes that went onto the PTB. The community gave a lot of feedback, and your team reported that to us, and we made some small adjustments. Well, we made quite a few adjustments to it, and it went live, and I think that everyone was pretty happy with the result. So our intention with this change is really to give us the flexibility to analyze, adjust, and observe the outcome more frequently. That way, similar to what happened with the previous PTB, if a change doesn't go as we envisioned, we can readjust it before it goes live, and even after it goes live, right? Like, we're still listening for feedback, and we'll make further adjustments if needed.
Exactly. It's this ongoing process that never really ends. So I think that's something really important to highlight. But of course, we know that this doesn't only apply to things like perks and add-ons. We also are aware of some of the comments you folks are leaving about maps. So we are very, very happy to announce that moving forward, we plan on having map balancing as part of these regular gameplay updates as well. What more do you have to say on that, Jeff?
First, I mean, I can already hear the players rejoicing from really far away because this has been a hot topic for a very long time in Dead by Daylight. And I think you'll agree, and the players probably agree too, that most maps in Dead by Daylight are seen as either killer-sided or survivor-sided. And our goal with integrating into the live design process is really to make them feel more balanced, so creating a more even playing field for both sides. We started this process with the Raccoon City Police Department, then we followed suit with the Area of Crows map, and finally, the most recent ones were Blood Lodge and Gas Heaven. And what's great about these changes is that they can be as small as moving a small location for totems or generators to reviewing pallet safety so we can make a pallet more safe or less safe, to bigger things like changing the map layout or changing building layouts.
Yeah, it's super exciting. I know our team's already coming through a lot of the feedback. Your team's already looking at how we can integrate some of that feedback. But looking toward the future a little bit more, what kind of maps are we going to be targeting next? I think I know what it might be.
We need a drum roll over here.
I know.
We really do. Because this one is a big one, and I'm sure that the longtime players will be ecstatic to hear that the next two maps that we're targeting are some of the most notorious maps in Dead by Daylight. I'm talking about two Coldwind Farm maps, Fractured Cowshed and Rancid Abattoir. But what's important to remember is that integrating this into the live design process means that we'll be listening to feedback and making further adjustments as we go.
Yeah, definitely. And it's also one of the reasons why it's so crucial that you let us know what your feedback is regularly through the official channels in particular. Of course, I believe we're going to be having this update for Coldwind going live sometime before the end of the summer. So make sure to keep your eyes and your ears peeled for more information. You know I had to take an attorney. You know it. All right, finally, in terms of our quick updates, we have one more feature that we wanted to discuss. And that is something to do with face camping. So if you're new to Dead by Daylight, if you've never heard this term before, face camping is basically a term used to describe a killer that's standing directly in front of a hooked survivor. They're not moving, they're waiting for that hooked survivor to die on hook. And this is usually happening either for a large portion of the match, if not the entirety of the match. We know that face camping can be very, very unfun for the person on the hook, but of course also the other people in the match. So we're looking to test out a new feature that's going to help combat face camping as a whole. So Jeff, tell us how it works.
Well, the first thing I want to say is that as an altruistic survivor, it's really difficult for me to play against someone who's face camping because I just want to help and I can't. So I'm stuck, doing generators instead, which is fine, but I'd rather help my teammates. But yes, so the way the system works is that the hooked survivor has a meter on their screen, and it fills up based on the killer's distance to the hooked survivor. So the closer the killer is, the faster it fills up. The further they are, the slower it fills up until it doesn't fill up at all because they're not within a certain radius. And once it's full, the hooked survivor can unhook themselves even in the second stage. And what's great about this is that they get the full benefits of being unhooked. So it's as though a teammate had unhooked them, or they unhook themselves with perks such as Deliverance. So for those of you who don't know, that means they'll get the haste status effect and the endurance status effect, so they're pretty safe at that stage.
That is so awesome to hear. I know folks at home are probably already thinking about a bunch of things on this topic, so I'm going to start by bringing probably one of the questions we're going to get, and that's what happens if the killer is forced to stay by the hook? So there's like multiple survivors swarming the hook, they're forced to stay in that radius. Is there any situation in which this feature might slow down or turn off or be otherwise affected?
That's a great question, and yes, there are some scenarios where it either slows down or turns off. So for the first one that you mentioned, where survivors are swarming the hook, as soon as there is one other survivor within that same radius, the meter will build up a lot more slowly. So the killer doesn't have to worry about survivors swarming the hook and being penalized for it. As for the second option that we talked about, which was turning it off, once the exit gates are powered, the feature is completely turned off. So you can defend your only objective, again, without having to worry about the survivor unhooking themselves.
That makes a lot of sense. Of course, we're going to be so eager to hear what you folks are going to say on this matter. And for the most part, it really does sound like this feature is targeting those most egregious cases of face camping, where it's really used kind of in a spot that's way too early in the game, or in a spot that's really not going to make sure that they're not just as fun as possible. So with that said, though, when can folks expect to get their hands on this feature? When can they let us know what their thoughts are?
The burning question. Everyone wants to know. So our plan, which is subject to change, of course, is to have it sometime later this year on the PTB. And as with all PTBs, we'll be listening to feedback and making further adjustments before it goes live. And even once it goes live, we'll still be listening and gathering feedback to make further adjustments, just to make sure that, it's as good as it can be.
Of course, yeah. And again, TLDR, we are eager to hear those thoughts, so let us have them on the official channels as much as possible. We are always keeping an eye out. But I think that's it. That's a wrap for our quick gameplay updates segment. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for joining me, Jeff, again.
解約というかね、わざとやってるフェイスキャンプを一緒にしないでほしいよね。だから。
Please head over to deadbydaylight.com after the broadcast, where there's going to be an in-depth article looking at all three of these topics in a little more detail. Outside of that, of course, more gameplay updates are coming this year, so stay tuned to our official channels to hear more news on that. Finally, our next segment is going to feature Raph and Pamela. They're going to be talking a little bit more about some highly anticipated quality of life improvements that you can expect to see in the game soon. So you want to stick around. You do not want to miss this.
We'll see you in the fog.
サバイバーがどんどん超人化するじゃないか。
I've been holding this in for too long. I can finally tell you all about our next survivor. Oh.
茶番が始まった。
Hi everyone. Glad to be here to celebrate Dead by Daylight's 7th anniversary. My name is Raphael, producer on DBD. And today I'm pleased to be with Pam as well.
Hi Raph. Hi everyone. My name is Pamela. I'm the lead UI designer on Dead by Daylight as well.
キラーをしな、キャンプをしなきゃいけない状況を本当減らせばいいんだけどな。
Great quality of life improvements that the team is working really hard for year 8.
So before we dive into the good stuff, today our goal is to give you an idea on when we plan to deliver those upcoming features. That said, you know it is sometimes priorities and timelines can shift, but we're more dev-focused live stream than ever planned for this year. We'll make sure to keep you in the loop. All right, let's get to it. So, Pam, to start, I think
ただ単にキラーはみんな上手くなってるだけなんですよね。もういかに勝つかを考えまくって。
Dead by Daylight has been live for 7 years now, and if you have been playing the game since the start, there's no way your inventory isn't full of perks, alphas, and charms, and add-ons and items. Because we did release a lot of content back in the time. But last year, we did introduce the feature called Loadout Preset, which means that you were able to manage this process a little bit easier. But right now, we're so happy to say that we are building on this feature even more, because we are adding finally the loadout search bar to help you find quickly whatever you're looking for. So on the loadout search, you're just going to need to type in either the name of the thing you're looking for, or just a word within the description, and it will find for you instantly.
So let's say I'm looking for the perks affecting
つい
generators.
に
I just type in
サーチ機能
generator,
が。
and voila, all the
これはいいで
related
すね。
perks will be displayed.
Exactly.
だけど
So I can see
PS
it's
の
gonna
人
be
とか
huge help
さ
for our
打
players.
てる。
Yes. And not just that, we're happy to say that this feature is also going to be available in all platforms. And you won't have to wait for it longer either to test it. Because this feature is going to be available today on the PTB update that we're going to be releasing right after this broadcast.
Amazing. We really hope you're gonna enjoy.
あ、もう今回の PTB か
So
らやれる
as
ら
we're
しい。
talking about improvements in the player experience, Raph, I know you have something
CS
really
文字打つのめんど
interesting
く
for
さい
us
んだよ
today.
ね。
Yeah,
単純に。
we got a lot of requests on this feature. All DBD players know that sometimes when a survivor
はい
disconnects,
はいはい。またサバイ
well,
バ
it
ー。
put the rest of the group at huge disadvantage. And it's safe to say that at this point, it's not going to be an ideal experience. So that's why with our upcoming feature, once a
通
survivor
行
will
解除したら
disconnect, an AI bot will take over so that the game can
いやいやいやいやいや。
continue. And who knows, maybe this bot will be even better than the player who just
いや、どう
disconnected.
なんだこれも。
So, joking aside, we really hope this will alleviate frustration and help matches to run more smoothly.
Yes.
切断は
And also
確か
to make
に
sure that no one is left in the dark, what we're going to do is as soon as a bot spawns in, every survivor and every killer on the game, they're going to be made aware through the
いや
UI
自殺は関
as
係ないよね、
well
多
as
分。
well as a sound cue. Whenever they see there is a survivor disconnect bot in the match they're playing.
And right now, we plan to release the feature this summer.
Yeah.
So, for the next feature, if you're playing online game, I'm pretty sure you're going to recognize what Pam is about to mention.
Yes, this is something that we are super excited because the team is really working hard in trying to come up with an entirely new type of cosmetics. So
AI がめ
you'll
っちゃ
be
強か
able
った
to
らやばいよ
showcase
な
your。personality on Dead by Daylight even more. So what we're talking about here is the player cards. And what means for us
切断
on
で
Dead
き
by
ないよ
Daylight
うに
is
も考
alongside
え
your
ない
name,
の
you're
か
probably
な。
going to be able to assign a
ペナルテ
background on a
ィ、ペナ
banner
ルティどうなっ
and
たん
an
だろう、結
icon.
局。
And you will be able to earn those cosmetics during the fall. This is where we're planning. But the idea is they're going to start as standard rewards in every tome. And we're still going to be working on other ways for you to earn those cosmetics in the future. So we're not stopping there.
That's awesome. Can't wait to share my custom icons and
あ、
banners.
プレイヤーカード。
Yes. One last thing, Raph, I know you have something that ties everything that we're talking about here related to improvements.
Yeah, as we said today, we're constantly working on making DBD a safer, but also a more secure environment for all players.
エコマンマさん
And the
こんばん
report
は。
system is
キ
an
ラー強
integral
化は
part of
ないで
that.
すね。
Right
逆
now,
に
how it works,
キャ
at
ン
the end
プ
of
が
the game, if a player wants to report people because of
自力抜けできるように
bad
なるみたいなの
conduct,
が入りそうなの
hacking
で。
or other reason they can. But let's be honest, there is not much visibility on that process. But it's important to
やばそう
say that our team has always been committed to taking action on this report. Soon, thanks to our upcoming feature, the player report feedback, we will let you know when an action has been taken against
天
a
国の
player
熊の
you
ミスさん、こん
reported.
ばんは。
And also to highlight even more, not only every report that every player does is really appreciated, but we are really taking serious
あ、
in,
こんばんは。
in
俺じゃ
having
なかっ
those
た。
actions
普通の他の
done, yeah,
リスナー
on
の
our
人か。
side.
Yeah, and as for now, we plan to release the feature over the summer.
僕の代わりにありがとうございます。
And that's it for today. Thanks for another amazing year. Thank you so much, Pam, for being with us today.
Thank you, Raph.
結局けど、ロー
Next
ドマッ
up, an
プは
exciting look at what
どう
lies ahead for
な
the
んだ
world of Dead by Daylight. Enjoy the rest of the broadcast.
Ciao.
なんか不確定だらけって感じ。コミック。リージョン。なんだこれ。わからん、英語でわからん。新キラーも SF のちょっとデモゴルゴンっぽいやつですね。なんかシンギュラリティ、名前はかっこよかった。 リージョンどんだけ人気やねんお前らは。モバイルの方もやるんだ。カミングスーン。あ、もう来てるよね。あ、ニューキャラクター。来てますよね。モバイルの CM かな。貞子スキンがこっちにも出る。貞子スキンっていうかモバイルのスキンが本家でも出ますよ的な。いや多分モバイルの CM っぽいけどあ、海外版のモバイルかこれ。あ、これ海外版っぽいっすね。
Hi, I'm Stephen Mulrooney, Executive Vice President of Digital at Behavior Interactive. As someone who's been on Dead by Daylight since the very beginning, it's been amazing to see the ways both the game and its community have grown. We've added a lot to DBD over the past 7 years, with a mobile game, comic books, a board game, Hooked on You, and even the Dead by Daylight movie on the way. We've become a franchise with something for everyone. Today, I'm happy to announce that we're gearing up to get even bigger, expanding Dead by Daylight beyond our core game and giving players more ways into the fog than ever before. To bring these new experiences to life, we're collaborating with some amazing studios, one with expertise in multiplayer games, and another with expertise in interactive narratives. So with that, let's hear a little bit more about what they've been up to.
お、映画?
We're obviously all horror fans here at Supermassive, and massive fans of Dead by Daylight. Now we're thrilled to be collaborating with Behavior on a brand new single-player interactive story game set in the terrifying omniverse of Dead by Daylight.
We've been working hard to blend the tension, agency, and branching storytelling of a supermassive game together with Dead by Daylight's mythology to create an intense narrative experience filled with powerful life or death choices. Our game will be set outside the entity's realm and feature the story of a new cast of characters who players will follow for an unprecedented experience beyond the fog.
This is a whole new way for horror fans to experience Dead by Daylight, and we couldn't be more excited to share it with the world. So stay tuned, we'll have more to reveal later this year.
It's been almost a year since Midwinter joined the Behavior family to work on a brand new project set in the Dead by Daylight universe. One of the things we love most about the world of Dead by Daylight is the infinite possibilities. We thought about the game's multiplayer action, which we love, and reimagined it in a completely new way.
The themes in our game will center around greed and the lust for power. These will be present in both the gameplay itself and in the stories of the characters who were tempted to enter a strange new corner of the entity's realms. Our vision is to create a multiplayer PvE experience where instead of facing off against each other, up to 4 players can team up, enter another one of the entity's realms, and take on a host of deadly enemies.
This project is still in very early stages. We are really excited about what we're doing and can't wait to share more as we go.
Stay tuned for more.
サバイバーの強化はキャンプしてたら自力抜けができるようになるという。
has never felt bigger. I'm so excited that players will have 2 new ways to explore the entity's realm. There's still a lot of work to do before we'll have more to share, but just follow Dead by Daylight and we'll make sure you're the first to know.
Hi everyone, I'm Xavier Etchepart, Art Director.
Hi everyone, I'm Rose Lee, Senior Product Manager.
We're super happy to be back with you today to talk about all the new exciting content coming to the Dead by Daylight store over the next year. Rose, it's been 7 years already.
Long journey.
Oh, what a long journey, what a beautiful journey, but 7 years old, wow. Dozens of collections, thousands of cosmetics brought to life with passion and dedication by our art departments. And Yeah, along the years, we provided to our players an incredible amount of options when it comes to how to represent themselves in the game.
Some would say too
狡
many.
猾
Yes, it's a lot of outfits. And
カニバルが見納めになるんかな。
And today, I think we should share more about it,
Okay.
about what's coming.
We're ready to share.
Yeah. And also, we have a special guest joining us later to discuss about this unique collection we work on together. So, yeah, maybe we should start.
Okay, so Dead by Daylight is a game, as you all know, that's known for its great soundtrack. And we're always on the lookout for opportunities to explore like the music scene in particular in our cosmetics. And we have 2 collections coming in the next year that, well, although they've just come together and we don't really have any dates yet, but we really couldn't resist sharing. So here goes. First off, Dead by Daylight is partnering with heavy metal legends Iron Maiden.
Yes.
On a collection built around the iconic Eddie, who, well, let's be honest, he fits
Eddie's badass.
right into our game, right? All of the cosmetics in this collection will be like portraying his many album cover appearances, which are super cool. And secondly, we're thrilled to be partnering with Slipknot on a collection that showcases many of their trademark masks.
マジで
We'll be making 9 masks in total, paying tribute to some of the band's most iconic members over the years.
これちょっと嬉しいかもしれん。
All for Killers, of course.
マジか。
So yeah, as we said, it's really early for both of these collections, but we'll share more news as we get to work on them. What's next?
フレディは来ないやろな。
It's a good time to talk about our community. Our community.
いや、多分購入スキンじゃないかな。
Since the beginning of Dead by Daylight, they are super
スリップ
important
ノットの
for us.
仮面は欲しいな。
We were attached to put the spotlight on them on a unique store collection since a while. Because, you know, like we have fans all around the world who are also really talented and creative artists.
For sure.
And even if it's not the first time we showcase their work in the store, organizing
the competitions, right? We did that before.
Exactly, to appear in game. This year, we would like to take it a step further and unifying our inspirations, passion, guidelines to build something new together. And the result of it is the artists from the Fog collection.
これってリージョンパーカーでしたっ
I
け
remember when
これいいよ
we
ね、このパーカ
asked
ー。
to our community to submit their work.
このパーカーかわいいな。
We got what?
Hundreds, we are-
Thousands
yeah,
applications.
Plenty of amazing applications, and we had to select some of them. So I remember we selected 4 winners
スリップノッ
from
トはね、
Poland,
メタル
US,
系のバンドですね。
Spain,
メタルでもないか。
There is also a 5th contributor, as you know.
結構えぐいバンドです。
For later, featured on that collection. But we invited them to select their favorite character. It was important. And we're super lucky because we ended up with a split of 2 survivors and 2 killers. So balance was perfect. And then we met and we share with them all these things they need to know to work on our outfits, like the technical constraints, the lore,
How to mix and
match, etc. Everything they needed before giving them the really precious maximum creative freedom to start their designs. And next we did this regular follow-up with them, and we achieved beautiful and functional designs, still respecting the artist's intentions, but also our needs. And yeah, we have. It was an incredible collaboration. We have beautiful outfits.
なんかニコラス・ケイジが目玉っていうの
like all
が
this
わかるので
creativity, these ideas,
複雑だな。
their design, they brought to our game, our fresh approach to it, new eyes. So it's yeah. I mean, I'm super happy with the results. So thanks again for these artists to work on that collection was great.
That's great to hear.
Yes.
And also we have that 5th artist that we invited ourselves to be a part of the Artists from the Fog collection.
Yes.
She's an industry veteran, as you know, known for her fantastic work on like Okami, Bayonetta, the Evil Within series, and of course Ghostfire Tokyo. We're incredibly excited to have her joining us today to share a little bit about her designs. Welcome, Ikumi
デザインした人ね。
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Ikumi.
Welcome.
Hi, I'm Mikumi Nakamura. デッドバイデイライトのコミュニティの皆さん、こんにちは。よろしくお願いします。
日本人が。
Welcome, Mikumi-san.
Hi.
It's great having you here today. But before we get into the outfits you created for Dead by Daylight, we wanted to ask you first. Could you share with us what draws you to horror?
いや、ビクトルキャンプも多分反応するんじゃないちゃんと。心音とかじゃなさそうだもんね、あれ。
なるほど。ホラーに惹かれる理由は、私もともとお父さんが小さい頃からホラー映画とかホラーのゲームをたくさん与えられて育てられたので正直惹かれる理由はあんまりよくわからないんです。なぜかというと自分の体のなんか細胞の中にホラーが染み込んでてホラーがあると絶対見るしホラーの作品があるとすごい気になっていつも見ちゃうしでもやっぱりホラーってなんだろうこう掘り下げていくと結局のところ人の死とか人の生きるとかが描かれていて非常に多様性があるジャンルだなと思って惹かれるんだと思います。
And you're creating 3 outfits for this collection, each featuring a character that really, really resonates with our Japanese fans. Could you share with us what stood out the most about each of them to you?
一人は、キラーの寒山鬼ですね。で彼は、呪いの、消しの鬼なので、私の住む国の日本の、文化を取り入れた、呪詛の時に着る服をアウトフィットとして寒山流にデザインさせていただきました。でリジョンのジュリさんは、
知らないのが
学生の気持ちを持ってる女の子だと思ってるので、それを表すためにそういう私たちの文化であるスクールガールの衣装をアウトフィットで彼女にあげてみました。でもう一人がユイで彼女はすごくバイクを乗ってる
ユイちゃんがなんかすごい
詳しい女性だなって思って大好きなんですけれども、
女の子っぽくなってる。
なんだろう私生活とか彼女が原宿とか行ったらどんな格好をするんだろうっていうのが見たくてそれでデザインをしてみました。
We'd also love to learn more about the whole process and your inspiration for the creation of the design.
キャンドルを頭につけてるんですけど、それはプレイヤーから見たら寒山が来た隠れなきゃって分かるような目印にもなるしゲーム的な意味もつけてデザインにしてます。
かっこいいけどこれ。
でもう一人のジュリーさんに関してはもともと4人でリージョンじゃんだから4人デザインしたらいいのかなと思って4人デザインしちゃったら1人でいいですって言われて分かりましたっつって言ってジョリーさんをデザインさせていただいてで今80年代とか70年代のポップカルチャーが非常に世界的にも流行しているのでそこの時に生きていた学生さんといえばヤンキーとスケバンだと思ってそのアウトフィットを彼らに
分かってる笑ってるけどスケバン分かってる。
でユイに関しては
知らんだろ
う。女の子のじゃないですかだから彼女のなんか本当私生活できるのをすごく見たいって思ったのがまず第一で次に彼女のいつもはバイクの
足がもう
気になってしょうがない。
筋肉が
実際彼女が可愛い服を着た時にどれだけキラーから傷つけられてる姿が見れるのかもっと見たかったんで比較的薄着にして彼女がキラーから逃げやすいように動きやすいようにしてスポーティーなスタイルを取り入れました。
デザインはめちゃめちゃいいんですけど。
Thanks again for joining us today, Kumi-san. The outfits look really amazing, and we can't wait for fans around the world to enjoy them. So the Artist from the Fog collection, featuring work from Mikumi Nakamura, will be available in the Dead by Daylight in-game store this summer.
One more thing, I have a last announcement.
What?
And it will be a nice piece of nostalgia for any long-time fans of Behavior. Because we have our team, our big team, and an important part of this team worked on a game a long time ago named Naughty Bear.
Oh my god.
Naughty Bear.
You know, this game featured a bear living in his happy community of bears.But he's going on a murderous rampage after they didn't invite him to a party.
なんだろうね。鬼っていう鬼で良くないっていう。
Super interesting, and we were attached to bring it to the game since a while, and I'm super happy because now we are finally doing it.
Players have been asking for it.
Yeah, I know, and it's coming soon. This year is coming.
Wow.
And we will attach.
確かにスケバンスキンはどっちかっていうとユイちゃんって感じよね。
Cosmetics, and we will give him a variant treatment. It will be a lot of fun for players to see him. Like.
Awesome.
Thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed all these announcements, all the upcoming outfits coming this year. And thank you again, Ikumi Nakamura, to be here with us today. It was a real pleasure.
スキンかな、さっきの。チャーム
Stay tuned, because Jin and Sarah are coming up next to talk about
トラッパーのスキンか。
in-game celebrations for the 7th anniversary.
あれで夫婦できても嫌だけどな、なんか。
Bye.
All right, this time for real. Okay.
Cut!
もういい、この茶番は本当。
Talked about this.
No, but
What's so hard? We've been doing this for 5 years together.
But I can do it right now. It's like 2 minutes.
Wait
Seriously.
for your cue.
No, but
何なんだこの茶番。
Hey there, I'm Sarah Robinson. I'm one of the associate art directors on Dead by Daylight. I help out with a number of areas of the game, but events are definitely one of my favorites.
And I'm Gene Escalante, a senior game designer on Dead by Daylight, and I'm focused on the events. And I'm so glad that I get to be here with Sarah, as 7 years ago, when I first became a fan of DVD, she helped me get my very first tattoo, which was altruism, just 2 months after the game's release. Thank you.
No problem.
一生も入れてまったんか。
Okay, so
協力カテゴリー。
there's lots to celebrate this year. And we're kicking things off early this year with a month of in-game activations leading up to the anniversary event. So tell us more about these activations.
Exactly. So each week we will be celebrating a different 2-year period of Dead by Daylight's history. So that'll include characters, maps, and mechanics that were introduced during those periods. So for example, week 1 will be featuring the Blood Hunts. Week 2 will then be doubling the Rift fragments for your Rift Pass. And in week 3, we will be inviting you, the players, to vote for a community choice event, which will occur during the Chapter 28 release. And once the anniversary event goes live, we'll be doing giveaways for previous anniversary cosmetics, including outfits and the Year 5 crowns.
Twisted Masquerade was a huge hit last year. And this year, we're bringing it back bigger and better than ever. But the host of the Twisted Masquerade has actually stepped out of the shadows this year. And has lent their certain special kind of decorating skills to our in-game event. What can players expect to see?
Well, the host has introduced a lot of various artwork throughout various areas of the game, so you'll definitely want to check those out. And yeah, Father Campbell's Chapel has gone through a complete masquerade makeover, and it looks incredible. But this host seems to have brought along some mysterious masked figures. What are these like weird ghostly spirits? Who or what are they? If you want to find out, you're going to have to take a closer look.
Speaking of masked figures, we're bringing back Masquerade Mask this year. We have 12 new masks for 12 new characters. But getting your hands on them last year was a little tricky. For killers, you had to make it through your trial. And for survivors, you had to actually make it through the exit gate. So how have we improved things for this year?
Well, the invitations that came out last year, Sarah, they'll be back. But this time, invitations will be holding charges, and you'll use those charges to kind of mess with the opposition while you're in chase. So if you're a survivor, what you'll be able to do is block the window vaults so the killer can't pursue you, and you'll also be able to spawn a pallet, which can be used in an emergency, but it'll break right upon use. Killers, on the other hand, they'll be able to reduce the impact of a stun, remotely break a pallet or a breakable wall, and survivors better watch out about this one. They will be able to inflict the exposed status effect on you once they've reached a tier of bloodlust. But in order to get your cosmetic, you will need to make sure that you are holding onto at least one charge by the time that an exit opens, and that's either the exit gate or the hatch. So our players are going to have to decide what is ultimately more important to them, exhausting the charge to help them in a time of need, or getting that brand new mask.
It was such a tough choice. But I love the players have a
別
mechanic now where they
にこの
can
試
play
合
these masks without
まあ
having to
5面
escape
ぐ
the
らいで
trial. So, beyond the mask, we have a number of excellent unlockable cosmetics as part of the Twisted Masquerade event tome, including 2 brand new outfits. Last year, our guests of honor were Hattie and the Dredge as part of our Roots of Dread chapter. But this year, we're highlighting 2 fan favorites, Nia and the Hillbilly. We also have a number of playfully chaotic charms for you to collect. It's worth noting, though, that all of last year's cosmetics, masks, outfits are going to be available in the store. So if you missed out on anything, now's your chance to go collect them.
Exactly. And keeping track of their collections is
イルビリーさん
much
かぶれて
easier
なかっ
this
た
year.
ですけど
So the event pop-up now is multi-tabbed. So you'll be able to find a collection tab and a store tab.
ジェフいか
In the
つ
collection tab, you'll find anything that can be earned through event gameplay or through the event tome.
あちょっと
And in
待
the
って
store
さっ
tab,
きの
you'll be able to find anything that we want to feature that is event related. And in there, you'll be able to find the Feng Min and the Ghostface outfits, which are brand new Twisted Masquerade outfits. So be sure to check those out.
ビットリオがめちゃめちゃタオパイパイみたいだ
One
ったな
more
さっ
thing
きの
coming as part of the anniversary
タオ
event.
パイパイ
Don't
ビッ
reaching.
トリオちょっと使いたいな
This year, we're debuting a new kind of challenge condition.
ビットリオ
Random
じゃない
perks.
ジョナ
This is exactly what it sounds like. You
Jonah
roll the
か
proverbial dice, and
ジ
your
ョナめ
loadout
ちゃめ
is
ちゃ
equipped
タオ
with
パイ
those
パイだった
random
ぞ
perks. So this is a condition you might see on challenges that ask you to heal a survivor or down a survivor, for example. And last but not least, we're bringing back community
ラン
challenges.
ダムパー
So this
ク
is a great time for the whole community to get together, to work together and unlock additional rewards.
Exactly, Sarah. And we will be there, ready
ボ
to
ドン
support you
はわ
guys
かるでし
through
ょ
those community
あ
challenges.
タオパイパイは
So
あの
make
メ
sure
カ
to
の
stay
方ですね
tuned and don't forget that the road to
メカタオ
anniversary
パイパイの
content
方
starts today.
And that is a wrap on the 7th anniversary show for Dead by Daylight and another year of content reveals. Thank you so much for joining us and spending your day with us here. It's been as exciting as I hoped it would be. I hope you've enjoyed it. And don't forget that the PTB for End transmission is live right now. So if you're on PC, you can jump over and start testing out things that were just revealed in the show today, which is pretty special. So thanks once again to our dev team back at the
Eric,
studio.
wait.
Thanks. Oh, right.
I have one last thing, seriously, before we finish. I know we had some great reveals today, but I have one last thing that I'm super thrilled to talk about. We are welcoming into the fog this year someone, I mean, it's a brand new survivor, like we've never done before. He's an amazing actor with a career that spans decades. He's done everything, all the greatest movies you've ever seen. He's been in the horror world for a while with cult classics, the cosmic horror. He will be joining the fog this summer. We are so excited to have him with us.
There's nothing more powerful.
これ声どうなんですか俺声ちゃんと聞いてないニコラス・ケイジの声ちゃんと聞いてないわ
We can shape the fabric of reality, transforming everything you may think
あれけどこれはニコラス・ケイジの声じゃないかめっちゃ似とるめっちゃ似とるわなんかロードマップが結局あんまよく分かんなかったな早すぎてとりあえずコラボキラーが2人そこはめっちゃ楽しみですねコラボで出るっていうのはいやーけどフックがとりあえず7周年配信は終わりましたがいかがだったでしょうかなんかあんまり確かに情報が早すぎて見逃してるのも結構あったかもしれないですけど あんまり情報がなんか降りてきてない感じですね。実装は6月の13だっけ ?13 って書いてあったよね。そうね、印象は寒山がかなりありますね。まあ、あとは本当自力脱出。っていう、結構そこに引っ張られたな。なんか、新キラーチンサバイバーも、なるほどっていう感じの。やっぱさ、バイオがやっぱすごかったから、5周年のでもバイオもね、映像出てて、来るのはちょっと分かってたけど、バイオの映像流れた時の興奮はちょっと忘れられないっすね、やっぱ。5周年の。なんかそれに比べるとちょっと、なるほどっていう感じには、僕はなりましたけど、まあ何にせよ7周年はイベントはまあ楽しみですし、キラーもどうなんでしょうね。どんな感じなのかちょっと気になるんで、また24日の PTB でちょっとすぐやって動画も出せたらなと思います。いや、とりあえずね、6周年まあ6年目も非常に頑張ってきましたが、また7周年もキラーにとってはちょっと厳しい年に、ね、なりそうだけどみんな頑張ろう。7年目もキラーにとっては厳しそうだ。だけど今までの厳しい環境に耐えてきた人たちなら今回も乗り越えると信じて、狡猾カニバルがね、ちょっともうあれもあれでネタで面白かったんですけどね。一番楽しみなのは本当コラボキラーだな、2人。だって2人だもんね。ちょっとそれはマジで楽しみですね。いや、皆さんありがとうございました。一人で見るより全然やっぱみんなで 見れて楽しかったです。ありがとうございました。めちゃめちゃ夜遅くまで。というわけで本日はね、この辺で終わりにしたいと思います。皆さんももう夜遅いんで寝てください。夜更かしは体に悪いのでね。皆さん本日もありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。バイバイ。